I really, really love that theater, and I've been there many times and love it.
Oh,
Uh,
amazing.
and and I'll tell you the places I went when I was there. Um, the Vintage Cocktail Club, that Speakeasy, we went
Oh,
there.
yes.
We went to that famous fish and chips place, the one that all the people go to, and then the really nice one. What's the like kind of standard one for tourists?
Would it be
What's
like
that called?
burdocks, maybe?
Yeah.
That's the one.
We went
Yeah.
there, but then we went to, I think, a place called the Fish Shop that was
Oh,
also
yeah.
amazing, right near
Great.
you, right near the lighthouse.
Yeah, yeah, just around the
Um,
corner from us.
and we went to that brewery, that not the one that makes beer, but the one that makes whiskey
Oh, the
and
Jameson?
chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We went all over
Very
the
good.
place. You're very lucky. I love Ireland. We went to that graveyard. We went to Gravedigger's Pub and the
Oh, yeah.
graveyard with all your revolutionary not
Yeah.
the heroes with them all buried and the reason
Mhm.
they died. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I don't know if you would have known it at the time, but actually, Gravediggers famously is like Anthony Bourdain's favorite pub in Dublin.
I didn't know it at the time, and it's so
Mm.
funny because I had no idea I was going to make that movie when I was there because I was there with Blackberry, and so
Yeah.
it was after the fact that I got to learn all this stuff about Bourdain's connection to the place. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, yeah. But I have to say, I mean, when like you're saying about that BlackBerry Q&A, kind of infamous. I don't know if you know, because as soon as
No,
this film was announced, people were like, "Oh my God, I have to see this movie." And people who like I know they haven't seen the show because I'm a huge fan of the show, and I know they weren't maybe hugely aware of it. But after that Q&A, they were like, "This guy is so hilarious! Like if he's doing a full-on comedy movie, I have to see it."
I have to tell you that's so gratifying because I did not think that 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 was particularly funny, that Q&A, but had the time of my life. I remember liking it so much, and so the fact that people had a good response to it and therefore wanted to come see this movie is so gratifying. I wonder what they'll think because it is true that the movie has a similar energy to those Q&As that I used to do for BlackBerry because they were so kind of out of control um, compared to what BlackBerry the movie was. So I hope they like it.
And how have you found the reaction to the film in general? Because it feels like it's a lot bigger than the show was. Like, how has that been for you guys?
The way outsized
Great.
of our expectation by
Yeah.
far. It's been completely crazy.
Yeah.
Like the especially the reactions of people outside of Canada. I think that it was nothing like, one, unlike any other film I had made in my life, not even close. And two, the energy that people have, especially young people, for the movie is indescribable to us. We
We
still
knew that
can't believe it.
we knew that that we would probably we were confident that we were going to deliver something that our existing fans would really enjoy, but we tried really hard to set up the movie and drop you in so that you would have never had to have seen anything about us and still kind of follow along. Um, and that's, I think, where we weren't sure how much we would kind of succeed. And, I don't even know how to even quantify that now, but we can safely say it is better than we expected for sure. Like it's been an
Mm.
awesome ride this last year.
And it's interesting you say, when you're making it, you're thinking a little bit about the audience and if they've seen it. How conscious are you of an audience when you're making the movie? I know there are times when you're looking directly into the camera and making sure they've heard no doubt. But how conscious are you
We're,
of
I
an
think we're
audience?
conscious of the audience when we're thinking of story and clarity. And we're not really conscious of the audience when we're just trying to make each other laugh. I think comedy is best when you keep it just for yourself or what makes you think you're doing something funny. Um, but you have to think about the audience. Oh, look at the nice plane.
Oh, wow.
You have to think of the audience when you're thinking of story because story is like universal, and we realized over the years that you have to just like follow the rules. You can't really like as much as our style is to be very wacky and chaotic, but if you break down how the story works, it is as traditional as it gets.
I have to say though, like your question can be answered both that way and which is to talk about audience as eventual medium for which this film is being enjoyed. But the truth is, the movie and the show is designed around characters who recognize they're performing for an audience all the time. And so we know we're on camera. And
Yeah.
so unlike 99% of media, we are acting for the camera
And our
in a
characters
way.
are aware there's a camera there. It's like what
Yeah.
gives it
And
that
so
sort of
we're hyper aware
documentary thing.
of an audience because they turn to the camera, they talk to the camera, et cetera, et cetera. And so both are true, that we as filmmakers are trying to stay as true to ourselves and non-audience driven as we can, while the performance is 100% just trying to make, in our case, Jared, Rab, or Luca, or Nikolai, the camera operators who represent the audience, react in some way.
And you guys have worked on so much stuff between the iterations of Nirvana the band, and there's been so many. Do you think there's a particular project or a particular lesson you learned on a project that most informed the making of this movie?
Kurt Lobb has a great line about this. He's our editor. He says, the biggest thing that we learned and still don't do is whatever we're trying to do. So if the scene is about, let's say, who can run the fastest, then you'd better believe that in the edit, the scene's going to be about who can be the slowest. And so we learned that whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish, be prepared for the exact opposite to be the editor's goal of this scene. So we're a lot looser with how we design scenes and how we shoot scenes, because by the time it's in the edit and the story takes control, we often want the exact opposite to occur. And that's a bizarre thing to talk about, but it is so true.
Another way of answering that, just as an example that I think we can all agree on, is that this whole team that made this movie made the television series, and we spent a couple of years just being a machine, making things the way we did, and like fine tuning all of our process that we used all the time. And then the exact same team made Blackberry, and none of us had made Blackberry with that sort of machine before, and it was a real, like, it was super fun, but also super stressful, and it was a lot of work. And coming out the other end of Blackberry, everyone was loaded with new uh, tools in their belt. So that helped going into this movie, just sort of almost just instinctively knowing certain things and how to just shoot with so much more intention.
And is it hard to flip back to that sort of Blackberry mode once you go on to work on something like Tony? Because it's a very similar team again, right?
Well, that was a different thing for MJ because he went to shoot Tony, and that was another type of machine that he had to sort of adapt to. But right,
Well,
would you say,
yeah,
Matt?
here's what I'd say. I would say that there's nothing like shooting Nirvana the band, and what Nirvana the band trains you to do is shoot Nirvana the band, because nothing gets made that way.
Yeah.
Because there's no actors, and this is just my style, so actor driven. I don't even have a sense, for the most part, of what the camera is even doing. Like I don't approach filmmaking that way. And so in a way, like, Blackberry and Tony are like vacations from like the crazy mayhem and difficulty of making a movie like this, where you're juggling 15 balls in the air at one time, because I have these huge, unbelievably talented teams around me that are taking care of the stuff that is normally so hard to do. And I really can just play with the actors. And
Yeah.
so I really, really, really enjoy it. But in terms of what the preparation from one versus the other is, it's really mostly about story. And it's the more of these movies that get made, the more I get a sense of like, okay, like what makes a story and what I will not ever use in terms of footage in an edit. But I'm proven wrong constantly. I really do have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, that's, I suppose, the way to approach the new one. Now, I'm getting a signal here, but I do have one last question. It's recently been announced that you're making a film about Vice Canada. which
Yes.
feels like a sort of culmination of, you know, Canadian tech movies, your Canadian industry. You guys worked there. I don't know if there's any crossover in the timelines, but there is a sort of
It's
meta
the
element
exact time.
there.
Yeah,
All
It's the
right.
exact time that we were there. Yeah.
making it exciting.
So I don't know if there's anything I can know about that, because I cannot wait to see it.
What? Well, it's a top secret project, but people are already starting to guess vaguely what it's about. It's there was a huge news story that happened in our country that didn't involve the UK, but involved another Commonwealth country, and we are making the movie about that story, which we were sort of witness to behind the scenes. All of us making Nirvana the band, and so we've been waiting a long time to do a movie like this, and it's only now that we've been given the opportunity. So we start shooting in about a month, no, 2 months from now. So
Very good. Well, I can't wait to see it, and thank you so much for your time.
it was great meeting
See
you.
soon. Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Listen to this. Time machine plan.
Okay, watch this. Hold on to your butts!
Oh my God.
This could have insane ramifications.
Hey, he's my best friend.
You gotta remember, Jake, we're in the wrong timeline! Oh my God.
We are in 2008.
Real goths.
We got to figure out how to get back.
Matt, we are
But you know what? Maybe we still got time for another plan.